Hi everyone and welcome to Raw Spirituality, Health and Wellbeing with me, Amelia Campbell. Hope you're all feeling good wherever you may be in the world right now. And I hope everything's going well with you. Today I'd like to talk about relationships, or the ship of relations, as I like to call it. Because it is going on a journey. It is like going on a journey, and there are so many dynamics to relationships, because we've got our relationship with ourselves and how that is, how much we love ourselves, how much we want to take care of ourselves. That's really the self-love relationship. And then we have our relationship with the other, and they have their relationship with themselves and their relationship with us. So really in this relationship there is four of us. There is four different dynamics happening, which is really the reason why relationships can be so complex to understand, and why occasionally, or quite often, we don't really know what happened and why it finished, and neither of the two people involved seems to understand, where the flame went. So yeah, I guess that's really a part of it. And then it's all about how we ultimately, our relationship with ourselves, and how well established that is, how much effort we've put into clearing our own stuff so that we can really be there for another, and how deeply we love and respect who we are, as a divine being with this amazing universal energy flowing through us in every moment, and really appreciating that and having gratitude for that and understanding that. And I know it can be challenging to be on your own for such a long time, and I feel there's a real calling at the moment. I'm hearing it from a lot of people, and I'm really feeling it myself, to pair up with a like-minded soul so that we can really start to shift this planetary vibration forward, because we of course have all this creative power that runs through us that we can create with and live our lives with. But when two people come together with the same purpose, with the same outlook, and walking a similar path, then that's really powerful, and that can be really transformational. I'm not necessarily talking about a twin flame relationship, because those can actually be really quite rare, and they're not impossible, but they just don't happen as often as we would like to think. It's more about, we have soul groups here, and there is always more than one person who is right for us, and quite often we go through life having many different relationships, and through those relationships we're learning about ourselves and the other person is learning about themselves. But quite often we can be unconscious of that as the purpose of it. And so we kind of blame the other person and blame ourselves, and don't really understand the dynamics of what's actually happening. But if we can be more aware when we go into a relationship, if we've done a sufficient amount of work on ourselves, then that can really make a difference, because it actually creates really conscious relationships where two people can really be open and honest with each other about what's real for them and what's happening for them, and how they want to support each other and be there for each other, and how they want to show up in that situation for each other. And that's also what it's about. It's about being available for the other person, actually being around for them. Sometimes as a support, also quite often as a mirror. And one of the key elements to any relationship is honesty, and being honest with ourselves first and foremost. And then when we're truly honest with ourselves, then we find it easier to be honest with others. Because our relationship with ourselves is primary. That has to be what is focused on first and developed first before we can enter into another relationship with someone else. And I've actually been single for about 10 years. Actually might be longer than that now, and I've learnt so much. My last long-term relationship was so difficult and so challenging, and I was in a space of kind of not being aware of the purpose of a relationship, not seeing it as an opportunity of learning, feeling suppressed in the relationship, and a whole bunch of other things which I now realise that's how it was, and I can see it for what it was now, from a very different perspective. And I wouldn't even choose to go into a relationship like that again. It would have to be with somebody who was who had a similar level of consciousness as me, because nothing else would work, nothing else would be satisfying, you know. And I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that feel the same too, that you feel that there has to be that similar level of understanding, of perception, of awareness that you share with the other person to actually make it really conscious and really beautiful and really wonderful, because there is so much magic available to us. And a couple that I know who are friends of mine, they have an amazing relationship, and they very well may be twin flames, and they play music all over the world together, and they have this incredible passion and drive that they share for what they do, and they're not pulling in different directions, they're both pulling together, and there's a harmony and a balance there. And I believe that that is available to all of us, every single one of us, in our relationships. But quite often, because of where we're at, we settle for something less than what we really want, what's really our true joy and our true purpose. You know, there is so many opportunities available to us because there's so many different levels of experience, different dimensions, if you like. So really, you need someone in the same dimension as you in order to be able to share that experience and that truth and that love in the same way, in a similar way, and be able to give to that person as they can give to you. And you have to be in a position to be receiving that too, you know. And that comes from self-love, to be open to receiving. It's really important. So lots of love. It's been really interesting sharing this with you because it's quite personal to me. But I know that there's going to be a lot of you out there that are going to find this maybe helpful in some way. So lots of love. Take care, everybody. Bye.